Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lindblade here. I'm going to borrow Liam's channel just for a minute to share a pretty cool collaboration project that he and I cooked up over some Instagram DMs. I'm going to forge a blade, send it to Liam, and he'll add the handle and carve a sheath. The cool part about this project is he has no idea what I'm making. It's going to be a complete surprise, and I'm really excited to see his reaction when he gets it. So what you see me doing here is drawing up a blade profile. Liam and I have pretty different styles, so I'm working out a design that I think sits somewhere right in the middle. It's a stylized cleaver. I think it'll be great for the outdoors and handy in the kitchen. I'm really new to bladesmithing, so I'm going to include a learning challenge and attempt my first mosaic Damascus, but spoiler alert, the best way to learn is to fail. Hey, I really hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give a like, leave a comment, subscribe or follow, and thanks so much for watching. Let's get started by cutting up some stock. I'm going mostly with 1084 and 15 and 20. This is the 1084 stack. You can see the variety of thicknesses I have to work with. That should be interesting. And then here's the 15 and 20. Less variety, a little bit of variation. There's a little bit of thicker and thinner, but not by much. So, gotta clean these up now. Got them all cleaned up. Now I gotta figure out a way to mark them, probably on the sides, so I don't mix them up while I figure out what pattern I want to do here. I'm actually going to add a surprise guest to the stack here, so more to come on that. But billets are ground flat. That took forever. I got a couple spots to deal with, but they are pretty flat, I'd say. here they are cut up. I have cleaned the ends. These are 220, and I'm going to dip them in the etch and line them up, and then we'll surface grind the sides that are going to butt together. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, so let's take a look. All 4 pieces surface ground. Made a mistake on this one, accidentally ground the other side, but arrows pointing to the center. I think I got a weld inclusion. Oh well, but the pattern looking kind of cool. Gonna tack it up and forge weld that together. Well, that was a bit of a pain, but I got it surface ground up to 180. There were some weld spots that took a bit to get it out. I would take down a little bit with 60 grit and then paintbrush it with some ferric chloride, see where they were and just go after it, and then work up to the grits. So now I'm going to measure it out and mark the ferry flip pieces and number them. We're going to do a S tracking, so we'll go back and forth on how they connect together once they're flipped, and then forge weld it together. These are all marked, so I know that these are the right side up, and so now I have to clean them up and number them and then do the S pattern. Okay, moment of truth here. I've got all the 30-degree wedges cleaned and positioned on a piece of 1/8 inch, I think, mild steel that's been painted with whiteout. And I've set the welder down low because I don't want to create a lot of penetration. I just want to tack. So I'm going to go across here and I'm going to tack up and down, up and down, up and down to distribute the heat more evenly so it doesn't bow. I might start here and then move over here and come to the middle. And then I'll flip it around to the other side. Then I'll take off this clamp and I'll just tack each top seam. Here it is after forge welding. A little bit of a banana and maybe some concerning spots, but I'm gonna grind the welds and get the mild steel backer off. Got the billet that I finished up forging yesterday after major cleanup. So got all the welds out of the face and off the sides, hopefully. And I've got it cut in half. It's 14.5 inches long, so these are 7.25. And so I'm going to surface grind these and etch and check for weld. Got 1/2 and one side of 1/2 surface ground, and it looks pretty clean. There's one D-lam right here, but I'm thinking I can avoid that or grind it out, or that'll be the tang end of the cleaver, but it looks pretty good. I'm gonna test etch it and show you what that looks like. There's my little D-lam right there. Might be able to grind that out, but that's what it's looking like. I don't know if you can see that on camera, maybe. I was contemplating using both pieces, but I think I'm going to save this piece for another project. And this will be a Sanmai mosaic wrap, and so I'm going to put a layer of 15 and 20, 2 layers of 15 and 20 wrapped around a layer of 80 CRV2, I think. I'm going to look at the thicknesses I have and see what I have. Then I can draw this out. I need probably 3 inches on the cleaver end, and I can taper that and let the pattern just flow. Just a guess. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I mean, I know what this pattern looks like, but imagine it being kind of wavy on the fringe with a bright seam of 15 and 20, and then a dark blade edge, and then a bright cutting bevel. Bad news, y'all. It's something I should have realized, but the heavy-duty forging I did to create this rough profile completely obliterated the mosaic. Probably hard to see, but should have known that. You know, I went over this probably 3 or 4 times to spread the metal out, and in doing so just obliterated the pattern. I mean, it's Damascus, and it's got a lot of layers, and it should be interesting looking with the Sanmai, but no mosaic anymore, guys. So we're just gonna move on and see how it turns out. I got the rough grind complete. It's not gonna fit the template. Obviously I don't have enough material, but I'm gonna try to do the finger choils, a rough approximation of it. I did test etch both sides. I blew through what was the mosaic in some spots, just too thin when I did the sanmai. There's not much to say about it other than I'm gonna finish it and we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Finger choils complete. Now I'm gonna die come the whole thing and start to mark out the pinholes. Probably do a couple versions to give Liam some options. So maybe some perimeter pins, 6 of them, or 3 center pins, and then maybe some weight reduction too. Okay, I've got all the pre-heat treat work done. There's 2 different options for handle pins, the 1/8 inch and 1/4 inch. Added some jimping here, did a bit of kind of ergonomic measurement, like where would my thumb land. Hopefully it's an average size hand, but added some jimping on the spine here. So now I gotta normalize it. So I forgot to turn the camera on for the heat treat, but it came out. It's got a little tiny warp in it. Gonna throw it in the temper and do 2 cycles of that. Okay, I got it ground. And what's interesting is that, you know, sometimes it'll rust as you're dunking it in the water to keep it cool. And you can't see there's some of the Damascus pattern there. It's pretty ambiguous, no longer mosaic, which I already talked about, and I do see a little bit here. Got these pretty even, I think. On the hand sanding, not going to bore you with that. Hand sanding is finished. Up to 1,000 grit. The touch mark that I put on there, it's a combo touch mark, myself and Mr. Penn. I'm thinking about using this technique that I picked up from Salem Straub. Through Instagram, I asked him how he achieved this cool effect he had on his touch mark on Damascus, and he just puts a little sticker over it. I've got this Cricut Maker. It's a vinyl plotter. Actually, it cuts a lot of different stuff, has a lot of different options. Pretty cool tool to have. And I'm going to create a little pill shape clear sticker, and as small as I can, just to create a nice border around this touch mark. Just a little piece of plastic. Kind of tricky. The spacing has got to be. Spacing and keeping it straight. It's pretty much a pain. So I'll put it in for, 5 minutes, and then take it out, give it a quick scrub, take the oxide layer off, and then back in the etch. Okay, here goes nothing. There it is. So I think I'm gonna go for it, right? Peel the vinyl off, throw it on the hand sand board, and get down to the shiny bits of the 15 and 20 and just see how it looks. And we'll probably do a coffee etch later. I'm not sure if that will affect this thing though. Maybe. I don't know. It's probably okay. Coffee's pretty weak acid. Yeah, it would have been cool with the mosaic, but this is... Oh wow, that really is cool. I dig that. No going back now because I need to peel off that vinyl. Let's see what's next. I'll probably do a little bit more of this just to get these highlights really shiny. I'm gonna think about maybe putting it back in the etch again. I just gotta sleep on it, and then we'll go into, I'll do that, and then I'll go into the coffee, and then sharpen it, pack it up, and send it off. Yeah.